South Carolina Gamecocks. As we'll see a squad from the Big 12, the Houston Cougars, taking on last year's national champions, the South Carolina Gamecocks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. Houston about to kick off to get things underway. He'll bring it out. It's Bennett. He's brought down at the 30, but a productive return after deciding to bring it out. They'll send the back in motion. Little touch pass to the receiver. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand, safety's got to see that and start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
On the option. He'll toss it. A costly penalty wipes out that third down conversion, and now they'll back up and try it again. They're facing a third down. Looking for a man. It's Underwood. Quarterback extends the play. Looking for his man in the middle. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down. The Gamecocks will send out the punt unit. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. On the run, it's Sanford. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
They'll go to the ground. They'll make the stop, but the chains will move. It's a first down for Houston.
And this is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that first down.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Lost a throw on first down. Takes a hit as he fires. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance.
Hits him in stride of the 10. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Houston. Hello.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Bennett. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Lets it fly. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the knee.
And this is a rhythm timing throw. If they're in zone defense behind, sometimes you got to wait for that second window to open up before you throw this slant. But not being on the same page, defense breaking on the football, that wasn't a great play by this offense.
A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
That's just a very easy, comfortable throw for the quarterback. He knows he has his big target, the tight end, running across the field on the drag. Nice play.
Sends it back in motion. They'll try the run. Plows through the defense. Stopped after a pickup of 4. Good run to get it out to the 34. And the Gamecocks want to crank the tempo. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Now on second down. Dropping back, it's Underwood. It's complete to the left. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. The Gamecocks come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Oh, better look out! He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
And the evolution of the quarterback position. Basically, you should call it running backs who throw the ball really well now.
And guys, you know the other thing that happens here is that sets up the next play because you've sort of left the defensive line gassed trying to run down the quarterback. Oh, he's got some space. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. And the Gamecocks kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. To the air on first down. The sure hands. It's Jacobs. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. They might have the defense's head spinning a little bit now. Hit him with a big run. Now they hit him with a big pass.
Man, it's so hard to defend both. You know that. Which coverage do I want to put? Do I put more people in the box to stop the run? When you've got this kind of balance on offense, the defense can't be right.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Using the quick game. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
Timing has got to be so critical when you're trying to throw the ball down close like that. They didn't have great timing on that one.
Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? This is a designed run. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the play call. I think you keep running the football and stay physical.
Calls his own number. And toward the end zone, and they knock it loose. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
And when you're on defense and it's wet and it's rainy, you know exactly what time it is. That ball gets a little heavier. It gets a little slicker. You're trying to get to that thing. You know you get your hand on it. There's a good chance it's coming out. Nice job by the defense forcing it with the assist from the ref.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And this is the area of the field where it gets really, really tough. Because the red zone, you know you got to run the football more. Well, this defense is #1 in the nation against the run. So I look for this offense to be more physical, be creative, try to find ways to run the ball against this defense that is so dynamic.
An ill-advised play by that defender as he makes contact with the quarterback well after the throw, and it'll cost his defense. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. And he is stopped behind the line, and that's how we'll finish the first quarter. That's the end of the period, and Houston has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. Back to pass. Makes the grab. It's Broussard. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
As the rooster crows, they are getting cocky and cockier on third down here. Unloads it left. Finds his man open. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line.
Man, a great job by the QB finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
Houston coming to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. He's taking the shot. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
And it's okay that that ball's incomplete. It's important this offense comes out. They show that they want to be aggressive. They show that they're willing to take shots, and they're going to try and take the top off of this defense. Not able to connect on that one, but that will not be the last deep ball we see in this game.
Going back to the well, another deep ball. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. You can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
And that's a play on third down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback, giving a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it there.
First boot of the day is on its way. He was called on 3 times in that loss last week. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. When you're playing from behind, you can't afford to give it up the way they did. He hurls one deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Quarterback could not have walked that ball and placed it into the hands of his receiver any better. That was a perfect throw. Wide out, deep downfield. You got to finish the play.
The modest gain on the completion really shows why you want to run the zone, make him execute, and rally to the ball.
100%. Zone eyes on the quarterback. I see him throw the football, break on it, go make tackles, live to fight another down.
He's going to run it. Nice run there to keep things moving before they force him out of bounds.
And usually when a QB takes off and scrambles, it's because the defense didn't do a great job keeping lane integrity, not keeping him in the pocket, letting him get outside.
He lobs one high down the left side. He got it! And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Gamecocks! The extra point here would tie the game.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
The Houston offense comes onto the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Wants to go up top. Oh, they're after him. Blasted as he lets it go. Intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
That's how you got to give the defense credit, though, because with these conditions, it's not easy to catch for the offensive players. Certainly not for the defense, but great eye-hand coordination securing that interception.
He's open on the right. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Back to throw, it's Underwood. He's got the tight end. And he'll run into the end zone. Touchdown, South Carolina!
It's so nice as a quarterback, but it's not just your receivers that are dangerous after the catch. How about the yak ability by this tight end? He's a guy that can stretch the field. He can make DBs miss, and he's got speed. He's a generational talent who's really helping out this offense.
The offense calls timeout. It's the 2nd one they've used this half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Using his legs, it's Sanford. Turning it on. The 30. The 20. Touchdown, Cougar! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
Man, this guy is such a weapon because he's so dangerous if he gets into the 2nd level. Great vision, and then David shows you the speed.
Just straight wheels, erasing angles. A lot of times when you're chasing guys that are so fast like this, you're like, I got him, I got him. No, I do not. What a big, long touchdown run. Pad those stats, young fella.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Gentlemen, want to jump in and let you know what's going on in this top 25 showdown. It's been like a launching pad for that UCF offense today. Liftoff and touchdown on just about every series. They're up 14 over Baylor. We'll keep you updated as this one goes forward, as this could shake up the Big 12 race significantly.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Looking to throw, it's Underwood. Steps away. Now he'll let one fly down the left side. And that'll be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter on 1st down, but 2nd down's coming up.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed.
Going for the big play. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, it's a great job by the back end of the defense that time, making up for what the front end of the defense couldn't do. The quarterback had all day to throw that ball, but it was the hit and coverage that forces the incompletion.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Still looking, on the move. Finds his open man. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there. The Gamecocks will have it 1st and 10. Escapes the pressure to his right. Trying to find his man in the middle. And they won't make the connection, going for the big play.
Well, they hooked up already once for a score today, so the quarterback's going back to him again deep down the field, but it falls incomplete.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Buys a little extra time. He'll pull it down. We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the 1st half. Some 3rd down conversions tougher than others. This one a long one on 3rd down from the 43. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Cooper. That'll be enough for the 1st down, and they'll mark it at the 48.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided, on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that play.
Looking downfield, it's Underwood. Finds his man, it's Brown. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The magic bean is spinning out of control. Already over 200 yards in the first half.
Yeah, they're being aggressive offensively, throwing the football, trying to take advantage of this defense on the back end. They've got their quarterback right now in a groove.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
And they'll stop him inside the 5, but the defense is backed up in the shadow of its own goalpost. And the Gamecocks trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Gamecocks! And they add 6 more on the board with that trip to the house.
And that touchdown run is just going to galvanize this entire football team. Really nice job being physical, and that sends a message. We're not just taking the lead. There's a lot of football left, but we are going to keep trying to run this ball down your throat.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Unloads to the wideout. It's incomplete, and it also might be what is called a learning experience, and one this freshman got away with.
Another off throw from this quarterback, and they knew coming into the game that they were going to have success. They had to be efficient throwing the football, and they have not been that so far. Whether it's been pass pro, bad routes, bad throws, they're not getting it done right now through the air.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Might be looking to run. He'll try to do it himself. He is brought down, but man, what a job to find some running room and move the chains. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Looking to throw on 1st down. Finds his man. It's Broussard. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The feel of this whole drive changed on that last big play. They've got it 1st and 10 outside the 30. Looking downfield on 1st down. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. He's going to fire to the left. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Couldn't connect on 1st down. Now back to the air. He'll pull it down and run. That's a fumble. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. Dropping back, it's Underwood. Going to take a shot. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on 1st down.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
at the 40. There he goes. They get him on the ground late in the half. They have the first down at the 41. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback can throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback.
Going to take a shot. And the DB making a huge play, knocking it away downfield.
Well, the offense is doing their best to try and at least get into field goal range here at the end of the first half. So they take a vertical shot down the field, but give the defense credit. Lots of eyes back there on the quarterback. They're able to break on the ball and make sure that throw falls incomplete.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. He's not afraid to go deep. Snags it inside the 20. Just what they were looking for. A huge explosive play, and they're inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. He might want another play. From the red zone, looking for a man. Touchdown, Gamecocks! Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board.
Man, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And the offense will play it safe, take a knee, and head to halftime. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. The Gamecocks will boot it away to start the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Houston offense ready to go back to work. Those 2 first-half turnovers really damaging, and the primary reason they find themselves trailing. Breaks into the open. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
You're down. Obviously, at the half, you had a conversation. We got to come out and put points on the board. And, Jesse, it looks like they're going to start with the ground game.
And I love this, David, too. Regardless of whether they're losing or they're winning, come out here and try to be the most physical unit here in the second half. Get this run game established.
Just a quick rhythm throw there and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big fella. I mean, go through your progressions real quick. You can't find anything. Get the easy gain. Don't take a shot down the field all the time. Take those shots later, but take those easy, wide-open opportunities to get some positive chunks.
It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year. Taking it the other way. Inside the 30. Past the 10. Touchdown, South Carolina. The defense takes matters into its own hands. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the SEC. Arkansas is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. These Hogs have gotten up off the canvas before, and they are capable of it again today. It's a close one right now. They're trailing by 1 to LSU. Games like these just mean more in the SEC, and we'll circle back if anything big happens you should see.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. And he's very fortunate to get it back to the line of scrimmage, greeted by a sea of defenders. this offense is already in a world of trouble. They can really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Throws to the wideout. Got his man downfield.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big jump, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Give to the running back. There he goes. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
And listen, the offensive line has to do their job, but a really good job by the running back, understanding where his hole is. Go hit it, get the first down, don't mess around. Nice job following his hole, getting positive yards.
The Cougars have this offense rolling. Looking to throw on first down. Working that left side now. And they pick up just a few on that completion. This is why quarterbacks get the biggest NIL deals, because they're supposed to make something out of nothing.
You know what? If he took some of that NIL money, Reese, and spent it on more linemen, maybe he has more protection and more time to go through his progressions.
They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Now the offense tries to punch it in on second and goal. Back to pass. Looking to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
Well, that last incompletion is a good example of why your timing has to be so good as a quarterback, because the windows, they open and they close so quickly in this part of the field.
The defense has been up to the task so far. Now it's third and goal from the 3. From the gun, wants to pass. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Quarterback making checks. To the ground with the back. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, South Carolina.
From their own 18-yard line, it's first down. The give from the gun. Runs through the tackle. Get some work done there. Pick up a 4 to the 22. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, the give to the back. And some room to work. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Awesome amazing job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to...
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. He'll try to take it back. Touchdown, Houston! And they turn it into a defensive score.
And they come up with a huge pick six, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd.
21.
On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16.
Will take over 1st and 10.
We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Back to pass, it's Underwood. On the run, still looking. Quarterback got it himself. Still on his feet at the 45. They finally make the stop, and he shows why he is dangerous on the run, too, and he's got a 1st down. Wants to adjust the pattern. That's the end of the quarter, and South Carolina has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. They go back to work in the final period of this one. They go to the ground. Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, Gamecocks. Once he got some room, it was over. They give themselves just a little more cushion as they close in on extending this winning run. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22.
1st and 10.
Houston sending the offense back onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick. He's looking deep. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on 1st down. 2nd down coming up.
The defense is in great position right now because they've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter. They know the offense has to take shots to try to get themselves back in the game. So they're calling their coverages accordingly, and there was nowhere to go with that football. Really nice job by the defense being in position to force the incompletion.
And the defense is good with that. Get pressure on the quarterback, get him outside the pocket. You know it's a passing situation. Play half the field now. This defense is in a good spot, and you can tell they're ready to rush this quarterback.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. With the catch, it's Sanford. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the 1st.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You've got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback, rally to the football, gang tackle, and you're going to win this game.
Hauls it in easily enough for the 1st down. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily. Houston getting set, looking at 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Finds his tight end. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
And it falls incomplete, and the offense is lucky to have it. Defender right there, almost had it in his grasp. Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. Gonna look downfield again. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Oh, Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
And it's going to be hard for this offense, man. They've struggled to pass the football down the field to make these explosive plays, and now, huge deficit. Got to make them. Got to find a way to push the ball down the field to create some explosive plays if you want a chance to get back in this football game.
Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Here's the pressure. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. And that's why the ball falls incomplete.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Gamecocks! That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the fourth quarter as they go for their sixth straight win.
And how about this squad, man? Looking good again. Like, I feel like we say this week in and week out, just continuing to remain undefeated. Whatever it takes, offense, defense, special teams, they have been a good unit, and that's why their ranking is so high.
Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. And he takes this from inside the... Oh, and now the ball has been knocked free. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
Kick returners usually have to have that home run ability, the ability to take it to the house 100-plus yards. But it's also a tough skill because you've got all these guys flying down the field so fast, and sometimes you get a big hit and ball security becomes an issue.
He now has 84 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll test the right side. He'll be forced out of bounds, and they're stubborn with this running game in the red zone.
What an opportunity here if you're on offense, right? After the great kick return, you're already down here in the red zone. It's third down now. You've got to be able to come away with a touchdown. This field position is too good to only settle for 3 points.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did.
And that ball's on the ground behind the line. How in the world did the offense retain possession? And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. It's third and goal and third and long. Making side adjustments here. Keeping it on the ground on third and goal. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And you've got to think there's 11 guys on defense right now keying in on this running back. They've watched the tape. They've seen this guy gash defenses. He's scored a boatload of touchdowns this season. You're anticipating him getting the football here.
That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They give up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Handoff from the gun. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Well, I think the offense at this point now, they're just trying to limit the damage. They want to get out of here and move on, turn the page to the next game because things just have not been going their way, throwing or running the football.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
Listen, I'm not one for moral victories, and obviously they're trailing by a lot of points late in this game, and they are going to lose, but it is a good sign if you're the head coach of this team that you're seeing your guys out there still competing and still fighting until there's zeros on the clock.
He's brought down at the 41-yard line.
Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. Handoff to the single running back. That will be the final play as they make the stop and the clock has